Well, the GoldCube is like the world's fastest super concentrator.
You know, I'm a fanatic for seeing how things are made.
One of the nice things about having a machine shop and everything integrated in one place, we can go from design to finished product really quick.
What I want to do is I want to do a test. My panning versus his GoldCube.
I had no troubles with it at all. I wasn't afraid. Hello, I'm Mike Pung, co-inventor of the GoldCube here in Oklahoma City.
Mike and his partner Red invented the GoldCube for ultra-fine gold recovery.
Almost every piece of equipment on the market is going to be able to get the real big stuff, you know, the chunky stuff, the stuff you can stand back and see.
Right.
But when you got to get your face in the pan and pick it up with your beard, that's the gold that we're targeting now.
He's constantly talking about this ultra-fine gold recovery.
Everybody talks about fine gold. My nemesis was the gold up on Lake Superior, Michigan. That gold is extremely flat. I was finding it in black sand that was heavier than I've ever seen anywhere else, and I could not get that gold out. I had to get that gold. That was my inspiration, and then we just started learning about why we were losing gold, and then we took it from why we were losing it to how could we stop that from happening. We don't want that catch and release. We don't want it in the tailings. We want it to be able to take it home in our vial.
Ultra-fine gold recovery is really just, it's the menace of gold prospecting, is being able to recover that.
We wanted to solve the problems that is getting fine gold. It's all about the small gold, and if you can get the small, you can get it all. Let me show you some of the solutions we came up with. You see, we've got this trough on here. We rounded the bottom of that. Okay, it's called an axial trough. And then we've got this gate on the previous one. And they both fit together like that and sit right down inside there. All right, so that gate fits right inside that trough. We call it the G-force separator, because actually what we're doing, since we're dropping it down from the one previous, it drops straight down. It's actually dropping harder than just a regular flow. It drops the water down inside like a waterfall, and when it hits the bottom, gold being 19 times heavier than water, it's going to take that gold and it's going to really force it to the outside edge. And then once it comes up to here, the same technology in the sluice box, there's an eddy. When the water goes across an eddy or across a riffle, it pulls the gold down real fast. All right, and that's gonna take and just pull it right up on this front edge right here. Now, how far does the gold have to drop through the water if it's already sitting there? It doesn't. So we've taken the distance of dropping through the water out of it, because we use the advantage of gravity because of centrifugal force. That's why we call it G-force separator. We run the centrifugal force, we're gonna line it up on here, and then it's gonna start displacing whatever's in the mat with gold.
Just like a waterfall action, goes in through a channel, then comes back up, and that's the first opportunity for it to hit slow water and start to level out.
The water is calm after the waterfall, and the waterfall is noisy and very aggressive.
This is excellent.
Everything that goes through the GoldCube, all the gold, all the dirt, everything is put through there in a place on purpose. We have taken, leaving it to chance, away from the equation.
Well, that's pretty cool on your part what you guys are doing, but I'm looking at this thing. I mean, this thing is rock solid.
We'd like to say it's mule kick proof, but we haven't put that to the test.
Well, you know, I'm a fanatic for seeing how things are made.
Yeah.
And these are built locally, right?
We go right downtown Oklahoma City.
You know, I love to see how things are made. So just the opportunity really thrilled me to be able to see all of the steps that it took to go from the napkin, the drawing on the napkin, to the final product. You take everything from concept, from a napkin or in his case, maybe even a piece of toilet paper, and turn it into a product.
I do quite a bit of that. I'm David Asner. This is ACO Incorporated, and been in business since 1972. Mike's kind of the rarity. He brought me actually a prototype made out of wood. And
I'm a woodworker by trade.
So, yeah.
How close was he when he brought in his wooden prototype?
He was actually pretty close. He did a fantastic design job.
So you took it from there to what, CAD, and then?
Right, yeah, we use a 3D CAD system. Well, CAD stands for its computer-aided design. By taking measurements, scales, rulers, calipers, and mics, different measuring methods, I'll reverse engineer the sample that he had and get it put into the computer system with this CAD design.
When I first saw the CAD drawings, oh my God, it was like you fell in love instantly. It was like first love. It was like, whoa, that's my baby, you know? It's real, it's moving, it's breathing.
Do all the design work right here, and everything that is produced on here I'm able to transfer to CNC machining capabilities, and that's where the mold starts from here. So it starts off with a part design, we go to mold design, and then to production from there.
The GoldCube, they're spinning in 3D. To see that and know what that was very, very cool. This episode of Gold Trails is brought to you by the Gold Prospectors Association of America, the world's largest gold prospecting organization. To find out more about becoming a GPA member, log on to www.goldprospectors.org.
ACO is like one of the the most referred to companies out there as the place to get it done right, and that's why we chose ACO, is just the fact that they got a great track record, and now we're part of that track record.
One of the nice things about having a machine shop and everything integrated in one place, we can go from design to finished product really quick. It took about 4 weeks to make the mold. The mold is made in aluminum. It helps save the customer a lot of money on just machine time. Steel tooling is typically 3 times the cost. You can see on here the flow of the plastic, and as it's going across, everything's foam, and as the bubbles or the foam collapses, it causes streaks. So that's why you see all the streaks from the collapsing of those air bubbles. But you still have a solid skin on both sides, inside and out, but interior is foam. The GoldCube's made, it's a process that's called structural foam, and it's a polyethylene material that we add blowing agents into it to foam the part. It gives it a lot more strength and rigidity to the part, just makes it a lot more durable. It makes a very strong, durable part. I mean, it's like, these things are like a rubber ball. You can bounce them around and they just keep coming back for more.
Mike, I was very interested on how it came from that thing up there onto paper, to wood, to what the ultimate product is. This is fantastic. I appreciate it. Dave, thank you for allowing us into your shop today, showing us everything around. But it's time to put one to the test. Man, this is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, we made it. Welcome to Kramerville.
Kramerville.
It was a family-owned property. 14 Kramers that own the darn thing.
Because when we did the map thing, when we were looking at this, there is no Kramerville.
You can't find it on Google.
Okay, so this is a self-appointed.
That's what they call their property.
Okay, it's called Kramerville because it's a group of 13 or 14 brothers and sisters that bought the property, and they just call it Kramerville. And it's a nice compound. It's a great place. Yeah. What's going on out here? I see a lot of trucks going on. I see a lot of mining equipment.
Yeah, we're setting up for an outing. The outing is this weekend, so there's a little bit of practice and play going on right now. We got some brand new members coming in, and this is going to give them something right out of the gun to go to be able to get into the swing of what it is like to be a GPAA member.
Now, we are on the Cimarron River,
Yes.
which is not necessarily known for a lot of gold.
Oklahoma's not known for gold.
I understand that. I was trying to be nice. I was
Right.
trying to be nice about the whole thing. But you have found gold on this property in the past.
Yeah, we find gold,
Uh-huh.
and that's our claim. We can find gold.
I wanted to surprise Mike with a test, my panning versus his GoldCube for ultra fine gold recovery. And I've got a half ounce of some very fine, this is 60 minus. I mean, it's 60 minus.
Oklahoma
And
Nuggets.
Oklahoma Nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is what you generally look at when you're out on Lake Superior.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be working a lot of that same material. What I want to do is I want to do a test or a challenge or
Some spanking.
yeah,
One of us is
whatever.
gonna get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. What I want to do is I want to pan this down, see what my recovery is on the first pass. Just a first pass panning. Get it back up. We're going to weigh the material again, and then I want to take all the material. It's going to be wet, and we're going to run it through the GoldCube, and I want to see what the recovery is.
Sweet. Let's do it.
Okay.
I had no troubles with it at all. I wasn't afraid. There's nothing to stage. I mean, it is what it is. The GoldCube is like a cube it or lose it type thing. I have no problem with it.
$241.
Yep, 241.
All right, into the pot.
Goodbye. Look at all those black sand streaks and stuff in there. You're gonna have fun.
Most of the gold was below 100 mesh. Now, for me, that's easy panning, but it's time-consuming panning.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna take a break. You're gonna be a while.
Yeah, I know. Now you're having to take a lot of time. You know, when you're panning something like that, you go through the first time, you break it all up, you get the larger pieces out, you get everything that you can get on that first run. Then you go back through the second run and you get that material, and it becomes a process that goes on and on and on until you feel like you've got all the gold recovered.
Now, when you weigh this back up, you're gonna be weighing that black sand you're picking up, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to do I am going to do a final pan.
Okay.
Sweet.
I think we got it all. All right,
Cool.
we got our recovery. We can see that there's some visible loss.
Right.
And that's one pan through the entire material.
And the safety
And then a quick pan of the safety pan. So
180 grain. I need to get 304 grains in that bottle sitting on that scale. when I'm
exactly,
done.
exactly. Hand me the gold.
Look, gold.
It's hard to dump it, isn't it?
After I've been panning it for over an hour,
You got some sweat
it's
equity
really
built in there. What you do is you make sure that all of that is pointed uphill in there. Look at all that gold. Isn't that cool? Just about as fast as you can get that stuff in there, the GoldCube's gonna take it. Man, this is sloppy. See, it just busted loose. Most of it just busted right loose. You feed it into the slick plate, it starts spreading everything out. As soon as all that stuff spreads out, it goes down into the G4 separator. It throws the gold to the outside edge, drops it into the mat. The mat holds onto it. At the end of the day, like you can run it for 5 minutes, you can run it for 15 hours. It doesn't matter. It's not going to discharge any of your gold. See how that busted right loose? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Let's do a cleanup.
We're done?
We're done. Now, let's take... Oh, that is awesome. So we'll be able to just take this and spray out the mats right into this tub. And we can get a nice cleanup on this without worrying about running out of water or losing our gold. All right, we're just gonna set that down in there. We've got all of our gold stuck in the bottom of our pan. We're just gonna start just moving our gold in. We're gonna get it moved to the bottom first.
and then let it all run into the pan. Easy as can be. From that first pan equals just that much. That's all I've got to find all that gold. It took you an hour to get. That's all I got to go through. What do you think of that? Does that look kind of cool?
Gold, it's gold, man. Of course it looks cool.
Of course it looks cool. I'm ready to weigh it.
You're satisfied?
Does that look like a little more than what you had?
Tad bit. Tad bit.
Ready?
Yep.
And the number is?
I'm sold.
Sweet.
I'm sold.
And I had fun doing it. I tell you what, I appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm going to appreciate you when I'm taking this thing across the East Coast and I'm pulling gold out that a lot of people are missing.
The 49ers left us all that fine
Oh,
gold.
yeah.
And we're not leaving any for our kids. Sorry, kids. I win. I've never had the GoldCube let me down before, and it didn't let me down this time either.
When it was all said and done, speed, accuracy, recovery, the whole 9 yards, GoldCube. Nailed it. After meeting up with Mike Pung and going through the factory and everything and doing the test with the GoldCube, I was anxious to get out of Oklahoma and get somewhere where I could actually put it in the water. Everything was almost in a virtual liquid, or you know, for gold it'd be what's called colloidal.
I'm getting gold.
Jim Fox from great state of North Carolina. Been prospecting probably almost about 2 years.
Came to North Carolina, hooked up with my buddy Jim. I've known him for about a year. Fantastic guy. The guy's just a sponge. He's been learning so much about prospecting, and he's got some good places that he wanted to go, and I wanted to get the GoldCube and the Gold Banker into real material. See the black iron?
Oh yeah. Searching the internet, seeing this fat bald-headed guy in there talking about how there was plenty of gold out there, and for me to have you could have a good time in it. The guy happened to be Kevin Hoagland, and that's what got me. Honestly, it's what sold me on the concept and the idea of I wanted to be a prospector, go look for gold.
This whole area out here is absolutely beautiful, and the spot that Jim took us to today, it had all the right readings. We had the fine gravels, we had the bedrock inclusions that were coming through. I knew if there was any gold, we were going to find some there.
Well, it's a place that I go to. I'm a member of their little club, and well, it's not a little club, but it's a member of their club. They just opened that section of creek here about 5 or 6 months ago, and so it was almost like virgin territory. I mean, it's been worked, but not like a lot of the other places have been worked. And plus, you have to be a member to get in there.
Oh, look at the mineralization in that.
I mean, that quartz rock was moved down here. Didn't nobody come over here and drop in the spot. And all these big rocks were moved by the current of this water. Gold is going to find a place to drop and hide. And those rocks that were there, you could actually just look behind them and see the sand piled up. So that was telling me that anything that ran over that rock dropped. And if it's catching those light blonde sands, gold's going to stop there too, and that's where it's going to go down.
And I'll tell you, always look.
Check the bucket.
Check the bucket. Check the
classifier.
Yep. Check whatever you're throwing out there. That could have been a nugget. But
Found a lot of black iron, black sand, and mixed, which was a great sign of the possibility of gold being where we're at. Yeah, we're about right here on that dirt. You want to run that?
Yeah, let's run it.
Got a scoop. You're going to find gold here. It's not going away. It's here. You just got to work for it. Well, around here, gold's fine, you know, so one nice thing about the GoldCube is it's a machine that will catch the fine gold.
All right, let's finish up that bucket, do a clean up. I don't think we're gonna get any further on that hole. I mean, you hit bedrock, you hit hard pan. Yeah, this material, there's a little bit of clays. So you got into a little bit of a bottom layer. There's
A lot of quartz in this, little
Yeah.
less in a lot in the other.
yeah.
Probably one more scoop and then dump. That's gold sitting right there?
That's gold.
You're going to catch most of your gold in the top tray.
And about a cup of concentrate.
Would you like me to pan that so we don't lose no gold?
Look at
Look,
that.
oh my gosh! And I'd like to point out, I'd like to point something out in this. Is I picked the hole.
You picked it. You did. And you picked a good hole. That's some tiny stuff. When we did the final pan, after cleaning out the GoldCube completely all the way through, gold all across the top of the pan, that was fantastic. You know, we got lucky finding that pocket. Moving that rock was a smart idea.
You get out lucky. I knew exactly where to go. But I said, let's move them two rocks.
And you know what? That's the smart thing to do.
I was like, I'm still, you know, flabbergasted. You know, I've been in that little creek before dredging, and just to go with 5 buckets, digging with a shovel, running them through that cube, and seeing that little line of gold was, I'm ready to go get my dredge, man. Kevin, to go in the creek, dig it yourself. Nobody ever found it.
Yeah.
We're the first people
Yeah,
to see it.
first people to ever see this gold.
First people to ever see it.
That is just beautiful.
Ain't it though?
I think, do you want that? Because if not, I'm going to keep it.
This is riding up front with me. You can ride in the back.
Thanks,
See ya.
buddy. Thanks, buddy.